Hi, everybody. Wishing all of you a very good evening, and thank you for joining us on a Wednesday evening. I'm Praneeth. I head the undergraduate business for upGrad abroad, and I warmly welcome you to upGrad's webinar on studying for your master's in the United States with over 10 lakhs of savings. We're going to be starting at 6:35 sharp. Until then, if you guys have got any questions at all, please feel free to put them down in the Q&A button. I'm joined here by the international recruitment team at the University of Bridgeport. We're joined by Ankita, who's the India Vice President for the Enrollment Advisory Group, and Vishal, who's the International Recruitment Manager for the Indian market. During the course of the webinar, the two of them are going to be intensively talking about the University of Bridgeport and the MBA and MS programs that we've launched in collaboration with upGrad. All three of the MS programs and MBA can be started while you're still in India. And that's what upGrad truly stands for. We're trying to bring to you some of the best universities in the world and make them more affordable, accessible, democratized, and more flexible for you guys. One of the pioneer universities in our portfolio is the University of Bridgeport in the United States, which is why we wanted them to be introduced to you guys. If you're planning to study in the US, currently on this webinar, we're going to be talking about MBA, about MS in data analytics, MS in artificial intelligence, and finally MS in computer science. And instead of spending a whopping 40 lakhs on an MS degree, your tentative expense for this one, whether it's MBA or MS, is going to be just under 20 lakhs, which is great. It's almost half the cost, and your career progression and outcomes are absolutely similar like a regular child. So we're going to be talking more about this. I will also formally introduce Ankita and Vishal very soon. Another 1 minute to go, and I think we can start. It's very heartwarming to see that we've got over 40 attendees here planning their journeys in the United States and sitting here for academic clarity. Meanwhile, just to repeat, please use the Q&A button to ask your questions about data science, artificial intelligence, computer science, and MBA. And I will keep on asking questions to Ankita and Vishal over the course of the webinar. Shravan, we've got your question, and yes, well, MBAs can be both in STEM and in non-STEM. The MBA that we're offering with the University of Bridgeport is a non-STEM MBA. It's a 2 years program in the United States, 11 months of your Indian program, followed by about 12 months on campus in the United States. I think now is a good time, super thrilled and excited. And again, I warmly welcome you to our webinar on studying your master's in the United States with savings of over 10 lakh rupees. We're joined here by the University of Bridgeport team. I'd love for Ankita to introduce herself and followed by Vishal.
Hello everyone, good evening. It's so very exciting to see all of you this evening. And we are super thrilled with this academic partnership with upGrad Abroad and our institution, University of Bridgeport. I am Ankita I take care of India and Ghana as well for the international recruitment for University of Bridgeport. And I have Vishal with me this evening. Vishal, why don't you just go ahead and just introduce yourself?
Hi guys, I hope all of you are good. I'm really thrilled with the association that we have with upGrad Abroad. Awesome, nice opportunity, nice platform where I take care of the recruitment for University of Bridgeport for India. And yeah, I'm excited for the session. I hope all of you are as well. So let's start.
I'm sure they're super thrilled. I think my first question to you, Vishal and Ankita, is we'd love to know more about why should a student pick United States for pursuing their MS when it especially comes to AI, computer science, and data analytics? And similarly, why should you be doing MBA in the United States? So tell us more about the robust nature of market in the US.
Well, that's a very nice question to start off with, Praneeth. I mean, like, even the students, they should be prepared with this right from now, because it is predominantly a question which they get asked over a span as to when they make a choice as to, out of all the developed nations that they have, why have they selected US as a destination to study? All right. And not just that, these are students who are investing their time, sacrificing the family life, and above all, there's a huge culture change that they go through as well. So what really is in US that attracts the students? So why should they really choose US above any other university? Well, there are three basic reasons as to why one would need to look at US education as such. One, the quality of education which is provided in US is very, very, very good. Second, the recognition that the degree holds is accepted all over the world. When I say quality of education, what I mean is with regards to the student-faculty interaction, where it's just about 16:1 in university like University of Bridgeport. The infrastructure, the attention which is provided to detail with regards to the projects, the platform which is provided for publications, it's immense. So the students in general, they are pretty much immersed into the technical aspects of the richness of the technical aspects of things. So they really dwell into it, and I believe it is that richness that attracts the students to come to US.
And also, just to add a little bit, whenever we are doing any session with the students, Vishal and I always talk about what sort of a global perspective any student can have when they are going to US in terms of the competitive edge, or how they can analyze a situation with the different cultures while interacting, the ability which they get when they are studying in the US, the diverse range of people they are interacting. That sort of a global perspective which they get is, I think, is really, really unparalleled.
Yeah, the international exposure is like immense. It's very few countries where you get to sit next to a guy from probably Philippines, a guy from China, and also probably a guy from Dubai, and then you're probably discussing on a single project. So that's the kind of richness that US brings.
Got that. And I think in these times, your networking is your biggest asset going forward. Plus, I think the US is a very lucrative job market, and it's the hotspot of what's happening next in the next 5 years, what's being brought about in technology, science, business as a practice. I think most of it stems in the United States. Great. So my next question to you is specifically about MBA, as in because it's a non-STEM MBA, what are some of the electives or what are some of the specialized domains that students can actually pick when they do an MBA from the University of Bridgeport, Vishal and Ankita?
So University of Bridgeport, the Masters in Business Administration program is very detailed program. It has about 38 credits the student has to enroll for. Okay. And the kind of specializations that we have, or the concentration areas, range from like MBA with accounting, MBA with analytic intelligence, MBA with finance, human resource management, MBA with management, MBA with marketing, and we have quite recently launched MBA healthcare as well, healthcare management as well. So not only that, also as a part of the MBA program, the students get to choose their capstone projects as well. Okay. Now, in today's world, capstone project, from an employer point of view, holds a very great value. It is, in other words, it is nothing but a real-time project that a student is working on in collaboration with the companies that are across the United States. They get to pick and choose a topic, and they try and immerse themselves into that topic, work with the company very closely, and they get credits for that as well. And if their students are lucky enough, they might as well get paid. So it's a very unique feature that comes along with the MBA at University of Bridgeport.
Got that. I think at this point, I'd love to jump in and add that the University of Bridgeport, like I mentioned, has launched 4 programs in partnership with upGrad. MS in Data Analytics, MS in Artificial Intelligence, MS in Computer Science, and a non-STEM MBA that Vishal was just talking about, with a multifarious amount of electives or concentrations that students can actually pick. What's important for attendees to know here is, if you're a working professional in India, you don't have to leave everything abruptly and straight away plan on moving to the US. You can actually pursue the first 3 subjects, or equivalent to 9 credits of your degree here in India, and you do a dual degree course. You earn an advanced certificate program in data science from IIIT Bangalore. And for the MBA, you do a postgraduate program in management, a PG diploma in management from IMT Ghaziabad. Now, IIIT Bangalore is India's #1 private tech school, and IMT Ghaziabad is an AACSP accredited B school in India. 2 of the finest institutions that are in India are giving the first base program for the University of Bridgeport master's degree, which is how you save the cost equivalent to 9 credits and over about 6 months, close to 4 to 6 months of your living costs. You're technically saving more than, north of 10 lakhs, or probably more than that. And with that, you can actually get an advanced standing into into the University of Bridgeport. So just wanted to ensure that all learners know what are we really talking about here. While the first leg of the course is costing you about 3 lakhs, the University of Bridgeport, with its MS programs, is going to cost you close to between 18 to 19,000 US dollars for 12 months. Vishal can throw more light on how much will it cost for MBA. Vishal.
Well, ideally, with regards to MBA, it's in total about 38 credits, as I said, that the student is supposed to complete. So the roundabout, without, I'm just talking about the University of Bridgeport here. So per year, without the association and all, if we're talking about it, it's about $21,000 per year that it's going to cost. So you could take about 9 credits waiver out of it, which brings the cost significantly down. So that brings roughly about $9,900 out of that, which would mean that it's coming to about $11,000, $12,000 for the first year, and second year it's still going to be 21.
And top of that, if they are eligible for the scholarship, then of course it's gonna work out
Yeah,
well.
absolutely.
About scholarships. Would love to know more about scholarships, Ankita.
Yeah, so we run scholarship. We have a range from $3,000 to $5,000 scholarship for any graduate students for both the School of Engineering and School of Business. We holistically check and evaluate the profile in terms of the work experience, in terms of the GPA which they are maintaining, or if they have GRE, or things like that. So we holistically check the profile, and that is how we can come to a conclusion that how much scholarship we can provide them.
No, but these scholarships can go as high as 5 grand a year.
Right.
Which means students now can access a complete master's program in the US at almost $14,000 on campus price. Yeah, I mean, in under 14 lakhs is how much? I mean, how less a master's.
Okay. So on that point, Praneeth, we have a sort of a term that we are offering the scholarship for the first year, and in the first 2 semesters. The reason behind when you are in the 3rd semester, when you are in the second year, you are basically in CPT or in any other, projects. At that time, we are not able to give the scholarship. So it can be divided into 2 semesters. Basically, it's very, very simple.
Got that. And also would love to know, uh, after they finish the degree, how much of OPT are they entitled to if they're doing a STEM degree? And how much OPT are they entitled to if they're doing a non-STEM degree, Ankita?
Okay. So it would be 3 years, 1 year for non-STEM and 3 years for a STEM program. So that's 2 years of the program, and then, 3 years, which it is the extended 1 year plus 24 months of extension. So yeah, typically non-STEM 3 years and non-STEM 1 year and STEM 3 years.
Got
So
that.
just let me just get the clarity on that. I'm just giving it to you. So what happens is with CPT and OPT, they both go together. It's not just the OPT. So there is curriculum practical training and an optional practical training that is provided to students. So CPT is common for both non-STEM and STEM, which is for 12 months flat. Okay. And then for a STEM student, OPT is 24 months. And for a non-STEM student, OPT is for 17 months. All right, so that's how it comes to a cumulative of 36 months for a STEM student and 29 months for a non-STEM student.
Got that. 29 months, so which is almost
Yes.
Almost 3 years. Got that. I think now is a good time and a great time to talk about the University of Bridgeport in particular, and why should a student be signing up for Bridgeport?
Okay. So can we share our screen and go for a presentation?
Absolutely. Please go ahead.
All right. Shall would you like to share your screen?
Yeah, I'm just doing that right away.
Just let me know if you can do it. I think you all should be a co-host. If not, then just let me know. Yes, you are a co-host.
I am a co-host. Yeah, just give me 1 second. I'm doing that.
Another 12 to 15 minutes on the slideshow, after which we have tons of questions waiting for us, Ankita and Michelle.
Sure.
Yes, so yes, we are here. Okay. So about University of Bridgeport, well, we were a university which was established in 1927, a pretty old university. In fact, just to give you a brief history of University of Bridgeport, actually, we are one of the initial universities in the US to have accepted international students. So we go back to the era where the Indian Army, that is the one which was started by Subhash Chandra Bose, who had settled in Singapore, the army officers. We actually were the first institute to accept the children of that army, so that we go back to that particular age, right? So University of Bridgeport, we are located in Connecticut. Okay, as you can see, we are just about 1 hour drive from New York and about 2 hours from Boston. Okay, now for all the students, if when you look at this map, if you do see the area, which is New York, Massachusetts, and then Connecticut, this region is actually a house for many institutions. And it is actually known as the educational capital of US. Okay, now you can take names of University of Massachusetts, Northeastern University, Boston, or University of Boston. You could take name of MIT. These all institutions are pretty much in this area. So you can take it as such that this particular region is filled with international students. So there's immense potential for international exposure. There's always some activity that is going on with regards to conferences, with regards to technical seminars and things like that. Okay, not only that, one interesting fact that I would like to share with you is, although this region is known as the educational capital of US, University of Bridgeport is only the 4th institution in this region to have doctoral awarding rights. Okay, now it speaks volume, which means that we are the only university in this region which can take in international students on a PhD degree. And we have 2 PhD degrees. One is PhD in computer science engineering, and the other is PhD in technology management, right? Now, there is a huge array of programs that we have available with us. We boast upon with more than 125 majors and programs. Our student population as such is about 4,600 students enrolled, out of which about 2,800 are the ones which are into our undergraduate study. Okay. And we have a massive international population as well. In fact, we are one of the best institutes in the region for regional diversity. Okay. This is the picture of our campus. Okay, it's a 56-acre campus that we have. We have two residence halls for our graduate students as well. Okay, and about six residence halls for undergraduate students. Out of this six residence halls, two are basically for freshers. Okay, we also provide a free shuttle service around the campus and also to the major transit points. We are one of those universities which is very student centric. We make sure that the students are at home. We make sure that we are very flexible with the students. After all the kind of culture shock that the students go through, we want to minimize that. We want to make sure that they are at ease and are able to make sure that they approve their studies as well. Now, here, as you guys can see, these are some of our programs that we do at both undergraduate and graduate level. Our flagship programs at the graduate level, of course, are STEM programs. And according to the Carnegie classification of universities, we are a STEM dominant university, and STEM, as you know, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So as you can see, we have all the major traits of engineering, that is computer science engineering, artificial intelligence, biomedical engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering. The only probably only two trades that we aren't home for is probably civil and chemical engineering. Apart from that, I think we are a house for all of the other trades of engineering as well. We have a very good program in technology management and also an excellent undergraduate program in international business. Yeah, about the MS in Analytics program that Praneeth had started off, he was mentioning about it. So we did quickly prepare, we brought this up together for you so that you guys can have a quick peek of what sort of curriculum you would be going through, what subjects you would have with regards to University of Bridgeport. So as you can see, I pretty much at the start of the session was looking at one of the questions whether data science is the same as data analytics. Well, there's a lot of difference, and that is right in front of you. As you can see, this is data analytics. That is what you're looking at. Data science is predominantly a part of our computer science program, under which I mean, like this. If you are all working professionals, there's a term in computer, especially a front-end user and a back-end user, right? So data analytics is more to do with the front-end user module, and back-end is where data science comes in, where you're doing a lot of coding, programming, and things like that. All right, a very interesting stream of things, very interesting programs. The students get to learn about data-driven marketing, behavioral economics, strategic sourcing, and outsourcing, which in today's world are the most or are the go-to subjects from any employer point of view as well. So because of our associations with about more than 25 companies across Connecticut, who are a part of our industry advisory board, we've been able to come up with these curriculums, which are very much in demand. So that is what makes us very unique. Now, talking about our flagship program, which is of course Masters in Artificial Intelligence, it's just about a fun fact. We're actually developing a humanoid robot on our campus, and so it is a very rich project where all the streams of engineering are able to work together. We have mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, computer science students, all working together on the humanoid. And in fact, we have come up with the torso and the hands and all the functionalities of that. We just have to work on the lower portion, and the ambition is to to see to it that the humanoid is actually greeting students. So we are incorporating the facial detection software as well. So if one of you comes there, I think it will be able to recognize you and call out your name and wish you probably. So these are some of the programs that you would study under the artificial intelligence program. All right. And, of course, as Praneeth said, with regards to the bridge program that is coming on, and like, you would get to pick and choose the topics here that are there once the core topics are all decided for. Okay, my intention here is to make sure that you're versed with the subjects that are available. Okay, so that's a quick peek. Now, Masters in Computer Science. Now, Masters in Computer Science is a very intriguing program. The possibilities of a student moving from computer science is phenomenal. I mean, like, you could move. We have students who are moving from computer science as a topic to going into biomedical engineering. They're actually working on tissue engineering, where programming of artificial tissue is also possible, and there's a huge demand for those kind of engineers as well. Just to give you a brief of what you would study as core topics under computer science, well, you have it right in front of you. It is more technical, so you would see a lot of programming subjects there, a lot of object-oriented programming and things like that. Okay. Once the student is able to complete their core credits, then their choice is left to the student. As I said, we are a very flexible institution. We make sure that students, have the liberty to pick and choose the topics that they like and they would want to go for. So we have seen in the past that a lot of students come up and they are intrigued by the projects that we have. And we are working on more than 127 research projects as we speak. We have projects running on driverless vehicles. We have a student a student group who's working with the NASA their lunar vehicle module. So it's quite a buzzing campus with technology. Coming to the business, as Praneeth was saying earlier, yes, it's a very good program, and the concentrations, the core topics are all mentioned right here. I think that would be a good help for you guys, just to give you a sneak peek as to what you are in store for once you come in at University of Bridgeport. Okay, and this is some of the pictures of our students working on various research topics. And if time permits, Pranit, can I just share a video of one of our students? All right, cool, awesome. So where do I go? It's probably have to share a new share, right?
Yeah, you have to stop sharing and then you have to share it again with the share sound, because
Yeah,
right now I think it's not going to work.
that's not true.
Just hold on.
So for everybody who's been asking us questions in the background, if you could just give us another 2 minutes, I think Vishal wants to share a video. After that, I am going to be putting all your questions across to the University of Bridgeport team. I will ensure that we have all of them answered. And also, I think Vishal and Ankita, if you could speak about the entry requirements in general for which program, as in if they have to come from a specific background, and how many backlogs, the marks, everything.
Sure.
Right.
So I think we are ready. I'll just press it. Just let me know if the music, if the sound's on or not. Yeah. Can you?
You can't hear the sound. Here's what you've got to do. When you click on share screen on left bottom, it will say share sound.
Vishal, just stop sharing once.
Yeah.
And when you again start sharing, there's a button called share sound in the bottom on your left.
I'm trying to see this chat. That is share screen. Let's see that.
No? Okay. I can share us a video, a YouTube video of the campus tour, just to lighten the whole, just to introduce University of Bridgeport as a campus life as well. Let me just share my screen. So
yeah, I'll figure it out.
Okay, so here it goes. Not able to share. I don't know why. Okay. sound. Just
Welcome.
if it's audible.
University
No.
of Bridgeport, and welcome
Yeah,
to
now
our
it is.
future.
Welcome to your future at the University of Bridgeport. You will learn about robotics, artificial intelligence, and other cool stuff. Come to UB and prepare for the careers of tomorrow.
UB offers the humanities within a technological university and STEM within a comprehensive university. UB's health sciences is interprofessional, evidence-based, and patient-centered. The university's core values include academic excellence, inclusivity and diversity, social responsibility, and environmental sustainability. The university is situated by beautiful Seaside Park. Imagine the honeybee researcher's view from a building rooftop.
I am bold. I am University of Bridgeport bold.
The university's unique Bridgeport plan is a distinctive approach, promoting student success in and out of the classroom. Grab a coffee and head up to the second floor. An integrated approach to teaching and learning prepares engineers to meet the growing market demand for healthcare simulation. Step inside Bauer Hall. If your future plans include being an entrepreneur, a UB alumnus and his family pitch their business on Shark Tank.
Come to UB and create beautiful and timeless designs.
The university's 125 majors and programs span the arts, sciences, healthcare, engineering, business, and education, and is immensely collaborative. UB is a mid-sized university, not too small, not too big, offering individualized attention. UB's #1 goal is to provide a quality education, connecting education to careers.
For the first time in program history, Bridgeport, national champion.
I'm bold. I'm University of Bridgeport bold.
Are you bold enough? University of Bridgeport bold?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that was an amazing video. I think students now have a clearer idea of the university. We'll start with the questions, Ankita and Vishal. We've got so many of them. Okay, I think the first one, or in fact, a lot of them will be clear if you can list down the entry requirements for all 4 of these degree courses, Vishal and Ankita.
Okay. So yeah, I'll go ahead. And for University of Bridgeport, we are looking for IELTS, English proficiency test score, be it IELTS or Duolingo or PT or TOEFL. There are different categories, of course. We are looking for anything to 6 or above in IELTS. We are also looking for Duolingo, which is 95 or above, and TOEFL should be 80. I have seen somebody was writing about 84 in TOEFL, and am I eligible? Of course, that answers the question that yes, if you have TOEFL internet-based to 80, that's great enough for grad programs. So that's that for the entry requirements of English proficiency. You have to maintain 2.85 GPA to get into any programs in University of Bridgeport out of 4, 2.85 out of 4. And in terms of GRE requirements, GMAT has been waived off for University of Bridgeport School of Business. So that has been waived off for fall 2022 intake. However, the GRE can be waived off by looking at your profile. Typically, we require 300 GRE score, but we can look holistically how your profile looks like. If you have good scores in your bachelor's, we can think of a waiver as well. So that's
that for learners who are coming to you via the triple ID Bangalore route, as much as I understand, the GRE is waived off for them, right?
Yes, yes. So I'm just talking to everyone if there's anybody else as well. Yeah. So, and apart from that, we would also require your individual mark sheets to evaluate your profile. So just as a transcript would not do. So if you are giving us your bachelor's transcript as well, we would require the individual mark sheets to understand the backlogs as well. So coming to that question of backlogs, it doesn't sound good, but we do not appreciate anybody having more than 7 to 8-ish, you know. Yeah, that would be something.
See, we get the computer science is a very, very, very competitive course, and we get a lot of applications. I'm sure that even your students. So if someone has to make sure that he's above the cut, then he has to have minimum backlogs.
Yes.
And it's just not a rule that this many backlogs is accepted or this many are not accepted, but it's just that the average CGPA in that particular term always keeps fluctuating, and also the number of backlogs. And what we have seen is that it's coming down every year, which means the quality of students is increasing every year.
Right. I think a lot of the students, when they're planning to study in the US for higher education, they're confused if they need a 3-year or a 4-year bachelor's degree. Would a 3-year bachelor's degree student be accepted into your school?
Yes. The good news is yes, we do accept 15 years of education. That's the 3 years of bachelor's.
Got that. My next question is for somebody to do MS in AI, for somebody to do MS in analytics, and for somebody to do MS in computer science, what all backgrounds can they be for? Do they have to have a relevant bachelor's degree, or can they come from any bachelor's degree?
So Pranit, you're talking about masters in analytics?
For all three of them, do they have to come from that specific domain or not?
So yeah, I'll take this question out because there's a bit of this thing. So Masters of Computer Science doesn't actually require the student to be from the same background. If your question is, people are coming from electrical, people are coming from mechanical. See, we are a university which believes in interdisciplinary sciences, right?
Absolutely.
So we don't stop anybody from coming in. However, as I said earlier, that if a student who's got a 3-year bachelor's degree is applying for a master's in computer science, then he's competing against a bachelor's in computer science student, a bachelor's of technology in computer science student. So obviously his coursework and all of it, when we put into retrospect, a bachelor's of technology computer science student is always going to get the edge. That is exactly why we have started the master's in analytics as well, where we are more focusing on students who come in with a Bachelor of Science in computers, or probably a Bachelor of Commerce with a computer specialization. They can pretty much come and join there. So that's why I wanted to state Masters in Computer Science is more with programming in mind and with software engineering in focus. And analytics is more towards the front end part of things, where reporting, data-driven marketing, and these kind of programs are at the facet.
If we're looking at a student who's done his BBA or BCom, is not coming from a science or engineering background, but is completing the triple IDB advanced certificate with the requisite GPA, does he or she still have a chance, or can they not apply to a computer science MS?
They absolutely have a chance.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Got that. The next question is, the same rule applies to analytics and AI also, right? Yes?
Yes.
Got that. I think so. Vishal Tripathi, I hope we've answered your question very comprehensively. So is data science and analytics both same? I think Vishal had answered that for you in the very beginning. How does the exam pattern happen while studying for 1 year in India? So Jayant, please write to me on praneet.singh@upgrad.com. I will share with you the brochure, and every assessment, assignment, examination schedule, everything is mentioned. for all attendees to know whether you're doing the postgraduate program in management from IMT Ghaziabad as your base for MBA, or you're doing IIIT Advanced Certificate Program in Data Science as your base. Both of these are for working professionals and are completely online. So they give you the comfort of staying at home, doing the first 9 credits or 3 subjects of your master's degree at Bridgeport, and doing all of them while you ease yourself into the academic rigor that is there in the US. So I hope I answered that for you, Jayant. Everything happens virtually, so I don't think you really have to worry about it. But yes, how many exams every quarter, semester, everything is mentioned module-wise in our brochure. So I hope I answered that for you. The next question, Vishal and Ankita, is I am pursuing my graduation in electrical engineering. This is my final year. Which branch of masters will be suitable for me? I think I can put that to the two of you and just wait for you guys to answer.
Well, I happen to have the peek on that question as well. So I was just preparing myself in that aspect. But then, yeah, the world is his. I mean, like, if he's go looking at electric vehicle and those other things for the future, which aspect of electrical vehicle design would he be interested in? If he's looking at the aesthetics, then he would have to study design engineering, which is a feature of mechanical engineering. If he's really interested in the energy restoration and energy transformation, then of course electrical engineering, where he'll be working on alternative fuels like fuel cells, or power engineering, or complex circuits, or power grids, those kind of things which are a part of our electrical engineering program. Or if he is purely working at obstacle aversion, or making sure that he's able to program things for his vehicle, then he obviously has to move into the AI part or the computer science part. So that is what I mean by University of Bridgeport being interdisciplinary. We have projects online in our campus. I mean, when I say online, it means on site, which we have, which are very interdisciplinary. Like, we have understood that science and technology has gone beyond the stage where we can just categorize them into one bucket of thing, or another. It is just about people opening up, and so he's pretty much, he can enroll himself into electrical engineering if he wants, or he can move into computer science as well. Come to the campus, explore, understand what we have on offer as projects for him, and the world is his, actually.
Yeah. And also, just to add, there's no such core courses in electrical engineering. So
Yes.
You can definitely pick and choose and customize your own curriculum. That's what Vishal was saying, that we have given such a leverage to our international students to go ahead and customize your own curriculum.
Got that. I think that does answer. It was from an anonymous attendee, so I don't really know who asked that. But I think for you guys, I mean, for the attendee who asked us to know, look, if you're going, or if you're planning a full-time course in the US, Vishal and Ankita both have mentioned multiple choices that you have. But if you're planning to stay in India for a year, save some time, save some money, and you can't readily go to the next available intake, I think you can start with an MS in AI or computer science, and then accordingly move to campus at Bridgeport. The next question is there any program for accounting background? Well, Vishal and Ankita were mentioning the MBA at Bridgeport has an accounting concentration, which is great. So I hope that answers you. I think I can put that back to Vishal if he wants to add.
Yeah. So I'll take it up. So we have MBA in accounting, and that too, we have a collaboration with New York Institute of Finance. So University of Bridgeport, along with New York Institute of Finance, we are actually offering a groundbreaking, pathway of international students for international students. And MBA in accounting is one of our really, really good program and a concentration to choose from. Yes.
Great. So I hope that answers it. So for the attendee who asked this, you can start with the postgraduate program in management from IMT Ghaziabad, followed by an on-campus transfer to the University of Bridgeport campus in the United States after 10 months. Can you please tell the US MS in computer science and MBA colleges, we've got plenty of them. I think you can go to upgradabroad.com, but a non-STEM MBA for now is only with University of Bridgeport if you're venturing into it. If you're doing a computer science degree, we've got a few options, but I think the good part about Bridgeport is that it's very affordable. One. Two, they're giving you scholarships, which none of the other universities actually give you. Well, Clark does give you 30% scholarship, but I think, so the base program remains similar, IIIT Bangalore, ACP. Once you do that, you still have a choice between multiple universities that we have. So I think the better thing for you to do is go to upgradabroad.com, browse the courses, go through the curriculum, and then maybe you reach a decision. But if you're asking me to list down all colleges, I think there are about 4,500 plus universities in the US, and it's going to be very difficult for me to answer that for you. The next one is normal guy who went to US. Oh, okay, so the student wants to know what's the difference between the perceptibility of a regular student who goes to the US and completes a full-length course at Bridgeport and a student who comes through the IIITB pathway. Is there any difference in how they're perceived in the job market or in any other opportunity on campus or off campus?
None that I can think of, actually. So it's pretty much the same. See, honestly, it's all about your approach as to how you approach the professors, considering the fact that you would be coming in about a year late or after 1 year, and your time that you're spending on campus is just about a year. The onus would be on you and your communication skills and your social ability to interact with others. That would give you the much needed advantage. And that is what we say to all the students pretty much. However, answering your questions, I don't see that there is any difference, or we wouldn't look upon students in any different way, if that is what you mean.
And definitely, if the cohort is coming, we will put the special attention, and the faculty members are super friendly. Trust me, my words. They are super friendly. They want to work with international students. They love Indian students as well. So great choice if you choose University of Bridgeport for your career.
We have a lot of clubs as well. I mean, so we have a lot of cultural events that are there. So we celebrate all the festivals around the world. So obviously, because of the major population being Indian, we have a list of Indian festivals that are celebrated on the campus. Not just this Diwali and Dussehra. I'm talking about all the festivals pretty much. Yeah. So it's a fun campus,
we
actually.
got Makar Sankranti as well.
Yeah.
All festivals we celebrated Makar Sankranti. So
that was fun. Cool. That was fun.
Yeah, I think also would like to jump in and let the attendees know that I think the IIITB Bangalore Foundation or the PGDM from IMT, they give you a good base to start with. I think you have a robust foundation to move ahead with. And I think it's only going to make things better for you in the job market, because you're going to be academically doing better because you've had a strong foundation in Python, machine learning, deep learning to begin with, and similarly for the management fundamentals that you're doing with IMT. So it's only going to make it better rather than weigh you down in the job market. Somebody's written, what's going on? My goodness, I don't know with what context I asked that. But any course for medical graduates, I think, Rashmi, I am dismissing.
MBA Healthcare.
Go ahead.
Yeah, MBA Healthcare for any medical students if they want to go ahead. Yeah.
So one of the electives, Rashmi, that you can pick up, like Vishal and Ankita mentioned, is MBA Healthcare that you can actually be doing. Yes, I think a couple of students are asking for information on MBA Healthcare. I think the best thing to do is, look, I've explained you PGDM in management from IMT, followed by your transfer to Bridgeport. After that, if you want to go through the modules, I recommend that you go to the website of the university, go through each and every module. I think that will only make it better. But if these guys keep, sort of bringing every single detail. It will take a lot of time and we won't be able to take other questions at all. If Vishal and Ankita want to add a quick word.
Okay, so quickly, there would be like concentration courses of 9 credits if you're going for healthcare management. The evidence-based care or data analytics or population health analytics would be something your core courses. Also into healthcare leadership is something which you can look for. These are the core courses of MBA in healthcare management, just to give you a little brief about it. Of course, I can go on and on, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the website will do justice to that question. Nikhil wants to know how many tie-up universities with upGrad for masters after Triple ID Bangalore data science. So we've got University of Bridgeport, we've got Clark University, we've got Yeshiva University, we've got Johnson and Wales University, we've got Troy University. These are the ones that I'm listing down right now. There you go. Please get info on MBA Healthcare done already. Which course would be good for BBA grad to pursue MS in Analytics or MS in Computer Science? Shravan, I can put that question to Ankita and Vishal. So somebody who's a BBA grad, which one do you think is better, Computer Science or Analytics?
So I have a cross question to them. Are you working in any of the companies with computer science projects? Because this will be the key for choosing your any career option.
It is. Yeah, he is.
Typically, if you are not, if I'm just taking, did you say?
No,
yes?
he said yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. In what sphere you are working? Because this is more into counseling, you know.
Shravan, what domain are you currently employed in? Yeah, I mean, for any of us to advise on that, we want to know what is your interest, because the two are not similar. One is analytics, one is computers.
As a business associate, he's working as a business associate.
Non-programming.
Okay, and if you think you have more into business and statistics related program and you are more interested into it, I think you should be going for the analytics program rather than computer science, because in computer science, you will be, as Vishal was saying, you will be competing with those students who love programming. That's their passion, right? But if you are more into business and you are more into solving problems, this is in data modeling or into visual presentation, developing the charts. I think you should be more into data analytics. If I just can go just on the face value of your question, but yes, so that would be my answer to you. That data analytics would be, or just masters in analytics would be safe bet for you.
Also, I think to add to that, you don't really have to decide at this point. The base program is the same. So
yeah,
all these modules for a year. I think that is the time you will have an actual well-informed call that you can make. Shravan is saying, do I have to take any prerequisites for that? So you need to have 55% in your graduation. Do your Triple IDB course. I mean, first you've got to apply to us. We will look through everything you've done and then take you in. And then finally, you can sort of get through. And I don't know if 3.77 out of 4 GPA, I think he should do, right? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Nikhil is asking, in which way visa process will be approached to upgrad, since US Embassy might ask questions regarding why tie up with university, why have you written GRE? Just want to know overview. So Nikhil, look, an advanced certificate program can only get you closer to an optimized profile for the MS or MBA course that you're actually trying to do. That's one. Number two, you're still a part of the university. You're just taking a waiver of 9 credits against a certain set of subjects that are articulated to the curriculum at Bridgeport, right? And not having written GRE is because it has been waived off, because you've already expressed or exhibited your readiness for a graduate course. GRE is actually to showcase if you're good enough or academically ready enough for an engineering or a science course. And likewise, you are right, which is, so Triple ID Bangalore, you just don't have to navigate through the course. You have to achieve a certain GPA. Only then do you actually go. And I think GRE is largely a university requirement, more than a visa requirement for your entry. And I don't think your visa is going to be much of an issue there. And visa processing is entirely done by us. I-20 will come to you 4 months prior to the intake, your next scheduled intake. I think I'll let Ankita and Vishal take more on that. So basically, the learner wants to know if he'll ever be asked, why has the GRE been waived off?
Yeah, it wouldn't be a surprise as to visa officer asking that question. Number one is that he would want to know the preparedness of the student.
Absolutely.
Because that is what it is. Because the primeval equation that the visa officer has is it the student's interest to go to US, or is he being influenced by someone else? And if he's being influenced by someone else, then that is not the case that he's going to get the visa for. So with all equations and with everything being considered, if a simple answer to that question is, well, actually I've graduated from upGrad, and as a part of the program, I've already been secured. I've already had an admission secured with University of Bridgeport. The focus is shifted to the university then, not to the GRE. And I don't think that that becomes an equation at any point in time. But yes, the question will be asked, and the students will need to be prepared to answer that question, stating that the program that they have enrolled in is a bit is more unique and more specialized in the sense.
I think the next question is, so many of them. I'm just going to bypass the ones that we've already answered. Since we'll not apply to universities, we'll have only one university I-20 application. So Nikhil, we will apply to Bridgeport on your behalf, and Bridgeport will give you the I-20, so you don't have to worry about that. Do I have to take any prerequisites for that? So this is done. Please explain the Accelerator Program and will be helpful for MS later on. So Zaki, the Accelerator Program is basically that you can accelerate your enrollment for your master's course in the United States. So you're doing an advanced certificate program in India that enables you to get 9 credits waived off from your MS or MBA typical degree that you're doing at Bridgeport. And helpful for MS, look, it gives you a more optimized profile, right? Even if you want to do a degree with a good GPA, you need a foundation, right? So for instance, there was a student saying from BBA, he wants to jump to analytics. So, and he's a non-programming student. So Python or just simple machine learning, deep learning, linear regression, none of that is known to him. That's what we do for you, right? We help you accelerate your path so you're a better fit for these courses rather than not knowing anything at all and just going to the US and starting everything afresh. Ankita and Vishal, the next one is for you. Can we complete the course online and get a job offering in the US? Well, we don't have that option, but...
We want?
So basically, upGrad has a couple of MS programs completely online also, right?
Okay.
So he wants to know, can I complete an MS degree online? Do I still have a job offering in the US?
You never know. You never know. Either could be yes or no.
Know.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're asking about the optional practical training, you don't really get that.
Yeah.
You generally want to apply to the US job market.
You are not considered for that, of course.
Got that. So I have a Bachelor of Pharmacy degree and having 7 years of experience in clinical SAS programming. Am I eligible for MS in computer science?
So are you, that would be back to you, Pranit. Would you be okay to take him for the IIT, the program, and probably get him a fast track degree in those programming certificates? If yes, then we don't have a problem taking him.
Yada, if there's no gap between these last a few years from your graduation all the way to 2022 as we speak, we should be okay with it. You should feel free to apply to our on our website, the University of Bridgeport MS Computer Science is live now. What will be the estimated cost of tuition fee to be paid overall, including online? So online is 3 lakh rupees for 10 months of your course, advanced certificate program in data science. The fee with Vishal's University, Bridgeport, is going to be close to 19,500 US dollars. You can convert it with, multiply it with the current US dollar rate. I think you should be fine. So 3 lakhs in India, 19,500 in US dollars. Living cost should be, Ankita and Vishal, if I'm not wrong, about 16 or 17K, right?
So that's the lavish living.
If you're living like a king.
Yeah, if you're living like a king. However, we have accommodation in the campus, which is around 5,500 for 2 semesters, only the accommodation. And the meal plans are separate, which you get $25 Sodexo coupons. You can use it in the cafeteria or into dining hall. So yeah, typically it comes around 8,500 to 10,000 if you are.
You give them a $2,500 Sodexo coupon?
$25 Sodexo coupons, which you can buy it. It's on their own, and you have a kitchen in the accommodation in the residence hall. You can cook your own food, save your money.
Yeah.
What's next? 10th, 81%, 12th, 66%, graduate, 65%, 0 backlogs and no experience. Am I eligible for MBA? I want to do a tech MBA, Praneeth. So we have a tech MBA with Johnson & Wales in IT, and we have a non-tech MBA with Bridgeport. And yes, you are eligible. You have to do a postgraduate diploma in management. Can just bounce that back to Vishal and Ankita. 0 work experience will work, right? As long as they're coming through a PG diploma in management. Yes?
Yes.
Got that. How much time we have for MS application post Accelerator? Zaki, good you asked me. So your program will start on 31st May with Triple ID Bangalore. It's for 10 months. So you will likely finish it by March end, if I'm not wrong. And you'll go to the fall intake. We'll apply for you and you'll get your visa. So hope I answered you there. But you must apply to 31st May batch. Direct MS application through upGrad is also a doable option. If you can afford to go straight away. I can ask Ankita. So Ankita, what's the typical fee if they're signing up for the complete program on campus?
So yeah, it's 9,620 to be very precise. 19,620
each year.
Each year. So 19 to 20,000 is the range. Yeah.
Closely 38,000 dollars for the program. Yes.
Yeah. If they are eligible for the scholarship, then yes, a little less, but otherwise it's 40.
Right, Zaki. I hope I answered. I think Vishal wanted to add something. Vishal, do you want to add?
It's the same. So
Zaki, Ankita, please go ahead. Sorry.
No, Ankita said it in like per year, and I normally give it out like for 2 years. So that was it took some time for me to try and check the half of what I generally say.
So a scholarship and part-time work. So Zaki, on an F1 visa, you can't work part-time off campus. You can work part-time on campus. I can go back to Ankita and Vishal to ask the employability as a graduate assistant and as a teacher assistant. What are the chances of students getting those jobs on campus? What other jobs are available on campus?
So see, with regards to the F1 status and F1 status visa, students are allowed to work part-time, so they can work part-time, but there is a limitation on how many hours that they can work on part-time. So there is about 20 hours that they can do, that they can work, okay? Now, with regards to graduate assistantship and tuition allowance, yes, we have a career cell on campus, and no, we're not boasting, but then with so many research projects going on, every semester we create more than 600 graduate assistant positions for international students. Okay, so that's a huge volume.
600.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So Yes,
And
we
those
do.
are there in the
And
Handshake jobs. Those jobs are listed in the Handshake website.
yes,
We do have the careers as Vishal was saying. So we are here to help you out to earn the extra perks as well.
yeah, and it's not just about earning, it's about the knowledge sharing that is
Of course.
happening. It is also about the kind of work that is put in. There are so many jobs on campus that we hardly see any student going out and work. Actually, that's the point.
Got that. So Yada is asking, I'm not eligible right now for applying MS and CS. You are, Yada. You are. I was just saying, if you've got 0 gap years between your graduation and your work experience, it is absolutely fine. You don't need any certificate from IIM. Rather, you can just sign up right away for MS and CS. Go to our website, upgradabroad.com, and sign up. You are fully eligible, yes. I have bachelor's degree in history honors, working in bank with 9 years, any course for me. Newton, I think you can make an application. We can consult with IIIT and IMT both. I think an MBA is better
Yeah, of course.
if you can take up an
Finance.
great. So MBA in finance, like Ankita mentioned, is a better pick for you. Anything to add, Vishal? And
No.
No? Okay, got that. Scholarship. So Ankita mentioned and Vishal mentioned up to $5,000 is scholarships are given, but they refused to comment on the exact table because they wanted to assess every document first. I can push this back to Ankita for her to answer this better.
Yeah, so it's a range of 3,000 to 5,000, and it is divided in 2 semesters. So if you are eligible for 4,000, we would be giving you the first semester whenever you are attending. The first semester of you being in UB would be 2,000 for you, and then the next one 2,000. So that's how it is.
Got that. We've got so many of them pouring in. My goodness. After training online with IIIT Bangalore, so you're not training online, you're doing an advanced certificate program. So you are, of course, experientially learning, but you're also being taught live lectures. Students have no option to choose an available upgrad type college. Yes, you have got all the options. Go to upgradabroad.com, search for our master's programs in the United States, and you can take up anything. Any Ivy League colleges? Unfortunately, no, Ghazal, but like Vishal mentioned, it's that belt. CT, Massachusetts, New York, Pennsylvania, all of this is that belt. So I think you can be exposed to that community of students, but as of us, Accelerator track does not get you into any Ivy League stuff.
Yeah, I can add a little bit. So we are in the same state with Yale, Connecticut, and the good news is we have the faculty exchange programs with Yale. We are the first one to start the MS in AI in the whole state, in the region itself. So that's how our teacher goes there to teach the artificial intelligence. And there are a lot of Yale students coming up to Bridgeport. And that is the connection. So yes, if it's gonna answer your Ivy League colleges, we are very much connected with Yale University. You gotta be in that sphere.
Right, so Yale is in New Haven, and it lies in the same state, and I think the university is in Bridgeport. So pretty close, and I think Ankita mentioned a very fair point that the best ones in the state of CT to actually come up with MS and AI, and so they have a faculty exchange with Yale. So I think what's more important is that you get the same amount of exposure. I think after a few years, you don't carry that label, you carry more of your experiential set. And your domain expertise rather than, a stamp on your, or a badge that you can carry all your life. What if I'm not from a CS background? Can I go for data analytics? Yes, Vishal, he answered you. So he's answered this one. BCom background with full work experience and full stack can apply. Yes, you can apply. Any age limit? I think I'd push this to Ankita and Vishal. Age limit to do masters?
No.
No age limit.
Got that. So we're done with the Q&A box. Finally, coming back to the chat box. Yeah, Zaki, very fair. I think I'll put that to Ankita and Vishal, but I'm just going through everything. Tuition fees to be paid per semester. Vishal, Ankita, is the fee supposed to be paid for every semester?
First, yes, per semester, and we do have the installment as well, the plan, the fees plan as well. So if anyone is interested, I can talk about offline maybe, but yes, just to answer the question, it's semester wise. You can also divide it into payment plans, which we have for our students.
Yeah. Pranit, as we were saying, we are very flexible, but then at the same time, we also may want to make sure that we understand from a student point of view as well, their equation and all. So we will help them, but then it is per semester.
Got that. So Naveen, I hope I answered you. It was 19,500 US dollars per year without scholarship, and with scholarship. Depends. They give you between $3,000 to $5,000 of scholarship, but disbursed semester wise. So you cut that into half of them. Finally, I think the only one that we have, when is the time to select universities after registering for one university? So in about 6 months, I think should be a good time. If the course ends in the month of March, should we be waiting for approximately 6 months? Yes, Aswini, good question, but I think it's not that easy. You need to get all your funds together in one place. You need to make an application for you to Bridgeport. You need to get everything in order for yourself. In 10 months, you complete the course. I think every student needs about 2 or 3 months to finally get everything in order. By the time you're also applying for a visa slot, right, which is not the next day after you apply. Sometimes it can take a long time. Then you've got to get the finances together, loans. So I think it's not that long. But if you're a working grad, we never encourage you to leave your job or drop your job. You can continue working, saving up money. But we try to keep the time window between your course ending at IIIT or IMT and your batch commencement at Bridgeport. We're trying to narrow it down by internships. We're trying to narrow it down by other shorter duration courses that you can do. So we're working on it, but I think it's not that long a gap as far as you were thinking. Will we be eligible for MSIT, MSCS? Yes, Zaki. Finally, I think, may I know how can I be eligible for admission at IIIT? You need 55% in your 10th, 12th, and grad, at least, right? Loans are applicable. What is the tuition fee for MBA in data analytics? Ankita and Vishal, do you have an MBA in analytics as a major?
Analytic intelligence, yes.
Yes, analytics, yeah, intelligence, right.
The fee would remain similar, right?
Yes.
Got it. I think we're all done now. Finally, the only set of questions that are left is the career progression after each course. So which kind of roles are they going to be offered after they do MBA, AI, computer science, and analytics?
So, Pranit, with regards to the jobs as such, so we have career fairs that happen at University of Bridgeport. Predominantly, the timeline is pretty much at the last week of February and first week of March is when the companies are inviting students. So it's a week-long affair where the students do come and participate. And depending on the kind of job role that they would be eligible for, we see a lot of students applying to it. And you would be surprised to know that we almost have 100% placement report. Okay, so it is quite good in that sense of things. So that is one aspect of the question. The second aspect is that when we are looking at what kind of avenues will one go in. For example, if you're doing an MS in AI, right? You have the AI applications in banking, you have AI applications in security, you have AI applications in life insurance, you have AI applications in web hosting, you have AI applications in trading, you have AI applications in pretty much in real estate, in all the other streams as well. So what we do see is that students who pick up their projects as a part of their masters, that generally paves way and gives direction into the stream of work that they would move in. Okay, we see, the job postings or the job advertisements in US are not necessarily saying that we need someone, or we need an AI engineer. It doesn't state that way. They would just mention that they are looking out for a software engineer with knowledge on AI platforms. So that is where these kind of students, these students would be applying, especially if we're talking about AI. Coming to business as an MBA, initially they would be starting off with a mid-managerial level positions with the streams that they're taking. If they're going in for accounting, there's a very good program with the New York Finance and the exposure that they get with the Fortune 500 companies, with New York just being about 1 hour away from Bridgeport. So, that gives them a huge exposure with regards to the kind of jobs that they can enter. But again, that is one part. The specifics, what kind of career propositions that they would have, that depends on what specialization that they would take, right? But it is US. There are enough opportunities and there is huge scope for people to move from one stream to another. So I really don't, at this point, it would be pretty, whatever, no matter what I say, it would sound pretty vague and pretty open-ended in that sense of it.
Yeah, and also I think to add to that, on our website pages, we've actually put down a career progression box. What kind of roles in general do you get after such a, and how much are they paid? But I think, like Vishal rightly mentioned, it's the United States. So if you're asking, will there be a job for me? Every month they make 11 million job openings. So I don't think that's something to worry about for you.
Are you, the question would be, are you up for it?
Yeah.
That should be the question rather. Are you up for that job? The job is anyways there. So get prepared, I think. Yeah.
All right. Ankita, do you want to add anything to it?
So Praneeth, I think a lot of questions were coming for scholarship, and just wanted to again circle back on that, because any new students who are just coming, applying to upGrad without any accelerator programs are into 3,000 to 5,000. But I think when they are going through the IITB, a one-time scholarship is given, that is $1,500.
Yes. So just for everybody to know, you do get a scholarship of 1,500 USD any which way. Anything apart from that is something that's left to your profile and has to be decided by the university. But that's not something that we give you.
Yes.
I think we're almost done with everything that was asked. I put down my email address, so I can take any of your questions to Ankita and Vishal. I'm sure they're super helpful for that. And I wish all of you good luck. Thank you again for joining in. Naveen, can you please put down your question to me on my email? I will make sure that I answer that. But I think in the general interest of time, we have to take a leave. We're already 19 minutes beyond the stipulated time. I'd like to thank Ankita and Vishal for being here with us. I think it's been an absolute pleasure hosting you two, and you've been more than helpful for everybody here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, Praneeth.
It's a pleasure.
You're a wonderful host today.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
I also wanted to mention that the University of Bridgeport program is live now on the website. Please make your applications right away. And I hope that we fill the 31st pay batch of IIIT with Bridgeport applicants alone instead of any other university. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.